Back in April, I first dropped the rumor of the LEGO Star Wars 2022 UCS Razor Crest. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining everything that we know about the UCS Razor Crest, as well as my own personal predictions for what could be coming in this set based off of past history and speculation that I've kind of tried putting together that makes the most sense to me. Now with that said, I'm going to ask you all to hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for 45,000, which we just hit today, which is amazing. Let's go for 50. With that said, let's get into it. So first up, let's just analyze what PromoBricks had to say in their full summer rumor list thing. So here what it says is, with an expected price of $530, this set numbered 75331 will be the most expensive LEGO Star Wars set in 2022. In recent months, there have been various rumors for what this set would be. Our first preview in February, we still had imagined that it could be an arena on Geonosis for the 20th anniversary of Episode 2. However, since it is now becoming increasingly clear the anniversary doesn't play a role in LEGO, this set will probably not be the arena. And if you believe LEGO YouTuber Republic Studs, the set is expected to be released in fall and will ultimately be an Ultimate Collector Series Razor Crest, the ship of Mandalorian Din Djarin. We have also learned that from one of our sources that the UCS Razor Crest is indeed planned. Since we have not been able to confirm the information yet, we do not want to promise too much, but as far as everything points, Mandalorian fans should start staving up. That is right, guys. PromoBricks has their own source that is saying that it's likely going to be the Razor Crest, as well as myself. And then recently a thing happened which essentially confirmed this to me. So LegoCon happened, and we did a full video on this in which they revealed the ATTE and Cad Bane's Justifier. And the designers were wearing a certain shirt. Now this shirt you might recognize it because it outlines a certain ship. Kind of outlines this one. I'd get the bigger model, but it's like wedged in there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Razor Crest outline was essentially printed onto their shirts, essentially confirming we are getting a UCS Razor Crest, if not this year, at some point in time, as we already obviously have gotten a playset one, a micro scale one. I really don't know how much smaller they could get it. So I took that as my confirmation that this is the set that's coming. Now, what is the set going to look like? My buddy Brick Clicker actually made these amazing models, or he had someone make these amazing models. They look great. Here they are. But one thing I really want to take a look at is this kind of concept-y design for the interior of the set. Now, for those who remember, the UCS AT-AT's interior was heavily based on these types of custom designs where it shows you the interior, like all the seating and stuff. So I wouldn't be shocked if the UCS Razor Crest is very similar. Now, first off, this very well, almost certainly will be a minifigure scale model. I would be shocked if it wasn't. And there's so many things that could be going on. Right here you have the cockpit. You could have all 4 seats in there. You have Mando. You could have a little area for Grogu to sit. And that would just be adorable. And as for everything else, the last time we've actually gotten a figure scale UCS set like this, like a big like $500+ one, was the Millennium Falcon. That was back in 2016. And you know, that came with a bunch of figures, a handful of them, nothing too special, but they were still really cool. And then you could go back even further to the Boba Fett Slave 1 UCS set. And that one too came with figures. So these are all minifigure scale type sets. Like the Land Speeder isn't minifigure scale. You look at that's not minifigure scale. This could be. And those all came with more than 2 minifigures. A lot of people will say like, we haven't really gotten any more than 2 minifigures in any UCS sets as of recent, which is true. We haven't gotten one even in the Star Destroyer, which was $700, came with 2 figures. That was also because there was no interior in that set, so you'd have nowhere to really put them. But either way, here is my predictions for figures that could come in aside from Mando and Baby Yoda, which I feel like are obvious. First, I do have to cover them, of course. So we could get Mando in this one. We can finally get the Darksaber. LEGO has been saying they do intend on making a Darksaber mold. So I wouldn't be shocked if this was one of the first sets we ended up seeing it in. It would make a lot of sense. And we could obviously get his new face print. Very cool. You also get Baby Yoda in here. He'd come with his pram build, his first ever one, like that wouldn't be Christmas themed. We have gotten it in an advent calendar before, but this one would just be all white. And then this could also be the first set we see Kuiil in. Kuiil, obviously, the little Ugnaught guy from Mando Season 1. This probably would make the most sense because, again, first off, it shows up in the concept art, and I wouldn't be shocked if they stayed faithful to that. And it would be really cool. Another thing that would be cool is if they did a brick-built or molded Blurg. You could actually fit in the Razor Crest. Like, I'd be 100% down for that. And Kuiil could obviously ride it around, and that would just be fantastic. I want to see a Blurg. That would be a great way to include him, and Kuiil obviously would likely have to have an exclusive mold of sorts. So that should be pretty exciting. And then moving on after that, IG-11 seems like a pretty obvious one. He's a very easy figure to throw in, very cheap, just a few extra pieces. They could throw in Cara Dune, although with recent controversy, now we definitely know if they're still going to be making this character. Obviously, they are going to give her probably a new print. I'd hope so. They give her some arm printing, maybe some dual molded arm printing, stuff like that. Just make her old figure even better. It's, again, a UCS set, so you want to do that. And then the only other thing I could guarantee that would probably show up in this is like a Carbonite Bounty. You could have like Mithril in it, maybe. Maybe it would be the same ones that we saw in the actual Razor Crest. We got the little printed tiles, but I'd imagine we'd have some sort of carbon freezing chamber. And for less likely figures we could see, we could see a Stormtrooper or a Scout Trooper. We could also, again, see, like, Greef Karga. He did come in the first Razor Crest. I kind of doubt we'd see him in this because, I don't know, I kind of doubt it. We also see Moff Gideon, again, Mithril, maybe. I really don't know. It would be a bit of a toss-up. Now, as for interior features, there's a lot of fun. You could have Mando's little area where you can actually, like, assume you can lift off the panels of the sides. That way you can actually interact with the interior, like you can lift off the panels for the UCS AT-AT. So you could have, like, his little toilet. That would be great. I know Rich Boy J did something like that. It was amazing. You could also do his little area he crawls into where he like hides Baby Yoda or where he himself sleeps. You could have his Carbonite freezing chamber, which would actually be really quite cool if I'm being 100% honest. And there's so much interior space. Again, you have room to put a blur. That would be sick. I really want to see that. And I'd imagine this thing would be incredibly top-heavy. Like, you are getting the two big engines on top. Basically, the way I kind of look at this is like the UCS gunship, but you're filling it out, and then on the wings, you're essentially putting these two gigantic thrusters. And somehow they're going to have to hold up, and this is going to be very in scale, I'd imagine, with the UCS Falcon, just obviously less detailed, and it doesn't need as much embellishment as the Falcon does, because that's a much more detailed model. So overall, that would be pretty cool. Again, $530 price is speculated. I wouldn't be shocked if that ends up raising to $550, $600 maybe even. But either way, I am excited for this LEGO Star Wars set. Not too excited at the selection. I would have preferred it to be a lot of other things, just because the Razor Crest is already blown up. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this rumor and all of my speculation. I want to hear what you think is going to be coming in the set. What are your top 5 picks for minifigures that will be showing up? I want to hear it. But with that said, I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome. Wait. I can't believe you guys were just about to click off this video without liking it. What's the deal? Why'd you do that? Don't do that. Click that like button. I'm still waiting. Okay, you can go now. Maybe go watch another video. I don't know.